This is Dr. Steve with Rockwall CPR. It is mid-June here in Texas, and yes, it is hot. Are you an employer and/or do you work outside or in a really hot indoor environment? Well, let's take a look at OSHA's heat page, heat-related illnesses and first aid. So let's quickly go over the different types of heat-related illnesses and what their signs and symptoms are. So when we have the worst situation, which is heat stroke, you can have confusion, you can have slurred speech, unconsciousness, even seizures. Now look at this one closely, heavy sweating or hot dry skin, so either or. Very high body temperature, a rapid heart rate. It's going to change your behavior. This is a medical emergency. We're going to talk about what to do. Heat exhaustion, well, you're well on your way. Fatigue, irritability, you're thirsty, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, lightheadedness, heavy sweating typically, elevated body temperature, or fast heart rate. Heat cramps can go along with either of those two, so muscle spasms or pain, usually in the arms and legs. Heat syncope, that's just the fancy way of saying fainting, dizziness. You can get heat rash, which is the red bumps on the skin, the neck, the upper chest, the skin folds, armpits, groin. And this is really dangerous as well. It's called rhabdomyolysis, or muscle breakdown. You can have significant muscle pain, very dark urine, muscle weakness. This is also a medical emergency, and you need to see a healthcare professional who knows what they're doing. But if you're really hurting after a day in the heat, you need to cool yourself down and you may need to get some medical help. So what is the immediate first aid? Well, if you're just plain out of it, number one, you should really have ice water and those cooling towels all day long on the top of your head and on your neck. So get 2 cooling towels and just use those all day long. So have that cooler with ice and water. The basic coolers work great. They really do keep water cold all day long. I'm frequently on the sidelines of youth sports, and I've had it in temperatures here in Texas all day long, and it is cold. So a basic cooler will work. Now, if you see somebody, I'll scroll back up, with those symptoms of heat stroke, or you're feeling that way, you need to get in some ice water. So you're going to take the affected person to a cooler area. We want to get them in the shade. We must get them out of the sun, because it's not just the heat. The sun, especially in the south, it really makes a difference in terms of you going downhill. So get the person out of the sun, you get out of the sun. When you're working outside, having those big goofy hats with the big brim and the piece down to cover the neck, that I know makes a huge difference for me, so get one of those. Cool the person immediately. So best case scenario is an ice bath, a tub with cold water and ice. You're just getting right in it, and you're going to stay there till you cool down and feel a lot better. If you don't have that, then ice bags, lots of ice bags. At any athletic event, I always have 6 bags of ice. 1 bag in each armpit, that's 2. 1 bag in each groin, that's each side of the groin, that's 2 more, that's 4. 1 on the top of the head, 1 on the back of the neck. Another great way to cool the body down is cooling the extremities. So when you're on your feet, take off your shoes and socks and put them in ice water. I cannot tell you how many athletes where I haven't had a big tub, but we just put the athlete, their feet in ice water. Makes a huge difference. So get something cold on your body. If you don't have ice, then cold water is going to have to do, but somebody needs to run to the supermarket and get some bags of ice. It really is that important. Same for inside. If you're working in a paper mill or another hot indoor environment, there needs to be bags of ice so you can cool down during the day and take breaks every couple of hours or more frequently, whatever you need to cool down. And then, yes, monitor the color of your urine. If your urine is darker than just a light yellow, you're heading down the wrong path. And that's day after day. So after a couple of days where your urine is dark for a couple of days in a row, you're going to have problems. You're not going to be able to sustain the heat. So I hope this is helpful. Please pay attention and be safe out there.